Hey gang, what's going on? And welcome to Talkin Vegas All Day with KA. As always, I'm your host KA, and on today's episodes, since it's October and Halloween's just around the corner, we're going to talk about some places in Las Vegas and surrounding areas that are claimed to be haunted. But as always, before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, click the subscribe tab, and also click the notification bell so you can stay up to date when we drop new episodes. So let's go ahead and get started on today's Halloween themed episode of Talkin Vegas All Day with KA.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's go tonight.
Right now.
Let's go to Vegas. We'll stay up all night. Let's go to Vegas. Let's get away.
We're going to go to Rhyolite Ghost Town, and we're going to talk about the Bullfrog Rhyolite Cemetery. Rhyolite Ghost Town was a ghost town which is located right outside of Death Valley National Park. It's a really cool old school ghost town. There's still building structures there. I've been there twice now. Definitely recommend checking out. The Bullfrog Rhyolite Cemetery says nothing more than creepy old western ghost town cemetery. And I'll tell you what, located just slightly south of the town, cemetery is notable for many old century wooden headboards right out of Wild West desert and scenery. The Bullfrog Rhyolite Cemetery, though, is also shared by two towns, and not much is known about who's actually buried there, and that's what makes it such a unique and weird place to visit. Although a few tombstones do contain last names and dates, but in fact, many of them are unmarked. I had visited there and we put a couple pictures up. It's weird because you're walking around this ghost town in the middle of the desert and it's quiet. When we were there, it was in the middle of the day. We just gotten back from doing a morning trip to Death Valley and it was getting hot. And my wife and I are walking around the grave sites. It's really cool. We're taking pictures. I certainly do believe that there's something else out there, but I'm not the kind of person to say that I saw a ghost. It was just really weird because when we were down there, the air temperature was a lot different. I can tell you that. And it was just sort of creepy. And when I took a couple pictures, nothing weird happened there, but you just had this uneasy feel even in the middle of the day. It probably was just me, just because the way the ambience was of this old ghost town. I can't say enough. If you go to Death Valley or you're in that surrounding area, go check it out. It is one of the coolest little ghost towns you can find. Next on our list, we're going to talk about the famous Mob Museum, which is located downtown right off Fremont Street. And if you're interested in the colorful mob history of Las Vegas, which I am, make sure to check it out. Known as the National Museum of Organized Crime and Law Enforcement, the Mob Museum is located in the former courthouse of downtown Las Vegas, where many local mobsters, prosecutors, judges, and courts are reported to be haunting this establishment. Now, folks, if you're downtown, make a day trip to go there. It doesn't take long to get through there. I've been there now about 4 times. I love the Mob Museum. You go there once, you can't get all the information out. Is it haunted? I could certainly see it being haunted. One time I was walking and I definitely thought I heard some people talking. I thought it might have been an audio thing, but I was in a part of the room where there was just exhibits and there was no audio feedback and I didn't hear anything, but I swear I heard somebody talking in the corner and there was no one there. It was definitely a weird experience for me. I love the Mob Museum. Please go check it out. For those of you that love to read about famous celebrity hauntings, and you remember the show Sanford and Son, we're going to talk about Red Fox's house, which is located in Henderson. Red Fox was basically best known for his portrayal of Fred G. Sanford on the hit-running 70s sitcom Sanford and Son. He was also a longtime Las Vegas resident. Basically, the theory states the ghosts of Red Fox is still angry. They lost his dwelling due to the IRS dues of him owing a whopping $755,000 in back taxes. Past visitors to the Fox house have allegedly witnessed doors opening and closing on their own, light switches going on and off by themselves, and other ghostly phenomena, which sounds really cool. And I've driven by the property. It's definitely a really cool place. It's really cool just to say, like, hey, there's Red Fox. He lived there once. Definitely drive by there. However, I will let you know The former residence is now a realty firm and is not open to the general population anymore. But who knows, if you drive by there late at night, maybe you'll get a glimpse of Red Fox peeking his head out the window or some lights flipping on and off. Who knows? But definitely check it out if you're in that area. But again, always follow the ordinance and don't just go in there barging in and looking for a ghost of Red Fox, because it is a private property now. And finally today, one of my favorite places in Las Vegas. I read about this and I was instantly hooked on this story because it's a crazy story. This is the Fox Ridge Park in Henderson, Nevada. Once again, must be something going on out there in Henderson with the ghosts. No, not really. Basically, a little history. On the outside, the Fox Ridge Park looks like a regular old city park, and it does. There's a school next to it. It has all the basketball, grilling courts, and all that. However, the story goes that one night, a kid was playing, walked across the street, got hit by a drunk driver, and died. Very tragic story. And then throughout the years, weird things started happening, such as you would hear voices. The big thing with this park is the swing set. People have claimed to have gone there at night and see one of the swings when there's no wind going there, just moving up and down their own. Other sites have seen the kid actually swinging. And when people have gone up asking why he's out so late, the kid turns and has red eyes and kind of turns into a demonic form. Some people believe that there is a demonic force haunting that particular area, which when I heard that, I was like, oh, this really excites me, just because I love that kind of stuff. And they've also heard disembodied voices, the whole gamut of paranormal activity. If you're out there, I've been there twice now, both times during the day, gone to the site where the swing is, and one of the other areas, I think the bathroom, they say they hear things and things move in there. I didn't have any experience, nor did I feel any weird presence, but I've read online that a lot of people have had, and if you go on YouTube and type it in, you see some really cool things. Now, if they're doctored or real, I don't know. I'm always a skeptic with that stuff. I love this story. This is one of my favorite Las Vegas ghost stories about possessions, demonic presence, all that kind of stuff. So if you're around, definitely check it out. It's well worth the trip. So that's it for today's episode. And before we get going, I want to give a shout out to where I got some of this information. I'll include the links below. Westgate Resorts and InYourState.com have some really cool articles where you can find stuff like this. So definitely check that out. And as always, make sure to click that like button on the way out. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Leave a comment whether you like this episode or not. Doesn't matter to me. I really want to get better at bringing you guys content that you want to hear about. Again, like I said in some of my intro pieces, we're about history, but we're also about having fun. So while we're going to talk about some of the history of sites, there'll be some episodes coming up where I might share some stories with you guys, give you guys some tips. We're going to run the gamut because it is Talkin Vegas all day. Leave any suggestions that you might want to see in the future. And again, thanks for stopping by and joining me today. So we'll see you next time on Talkin Vegas all day with me, K.A. You guys take care.